Hello. You'd ask for a Star Collector? I don't know, man. It was not the first thought that I had, but they might be cooking with this. Like, it actually makes a pretty fair amount of sense. Like, for me personally as a player, Star Killer didn't really need it. We were able to theorycraft around it, but like, pretty much nobody else is doing that. You look at where he's positioned in the game, right? People are using him in Seer Malicos. Star Killer has no synergy there. Like, you literally just slot him in because it's like generically okayest Ufu attacker, right? Okay, Seer, Malicos, Starkiller, Thiver 3, that's some real shit, right? Starkiller unique works there. 5v5 though? Absolutely fucking not. Dear God, it made me so sad to realize that that was how people were going to end up using Starkiller from now on. Especially when I think the classic Starkiller counters was still pretty fun. So you tell me this is the idea, this is the use case? Fuck it. Yeah, we'll see what they cook, man. And yeah, this is a character that I pretty much have wanted in game pretty much ever since we saw him on screen. Acolyte obviously had some blunders in its creation, but yeah, dude, I don't know how you could watch that show and see this dude's performance and the choreography and how they handled pretty much everything surrounding this character. Look, man, you don't have to draw the line in the sand entirely. You could be like, yeah, that show kind of sucked, but holy fuck, this character. I don't know how you look at that character and be like, holy fuck, that's not sauced. And dude, holy fuck. Okay, that was hitting me too. The Starkiller thing is fun because Qimir himself was kind of ambiguous, right? It wasn't exactly clear on if he was Sith or Ufu or whatever. Like, in my heart of hearts, when they said that he was coming to Galaxy of Heroes, I was like, they're just gonna make him Sith, right? Because there's like Rule of Two and they were teasing Plagueis or whatever. We don't know how that story is gonna end, but it was like, he's Sith, yeah, but this is like the perfect middle ground. But yeah, man. All right, let's see what's going on. I fuck the song loops. Another combos you can relax on. Are you talking about skipping Maz and now Qimir? Fucking good luck, man. Crazy damage to do to your account, but go with God. Where would it go from here? I'm going here. This was about right. Alright, my little situation is still a little bit fucked. Please forgive me. I still have no idea why it's happening. I assume it's something to do with electrical charge. Alright, kit reveal the Stranger. Sith, a dark side leader. He is an attacker. I figured he was either attacker or tank. Could easily go either way, but he some amount of offensive capability was pretty much guaranteed. Attributes: each active ability has the opportunity to instantly defeat an opponent. I mean, he was hyper lethal in the show, so like, yeah, makes sense. Cortosa's armor prevents opponent effect that enemies should avoid. Yeah, that's when I was being noisy about, hey, this character should come to the game. This was the type of sauce that we were talking towards. Greater Omicrons provide the Stranger and his acolytes with significant action economy. The fact that they are even saying the words action economy. Goddamn. Speaking my language. Where the fuck are we going with this? Watching Qimir reveal himself as Sith while systematically to the man was such a fantastic moment. We need to be added. Yeah. I don't know how you watch that and you're just like, this sucks. Fucking, what are you doing, man? Get a grip. The show had issues. That shit did not. Did it have cuts in the middle? Then you were like, why? We're going over here? Sure. And then you go back and we're like, oh, fuck. We're fucking back. I don't know. Let me go back later. Let's do this. Later, I want a pupil. Zeta Omicron. All allies gain 50% accuracy. Just like shout out to Ezra, I guess. Immediately, we're having that conversation. Okay. I'm not gonna have to accuracy arrow my Mara anymore. Or maybe we do it anyway, just because who knows where the fuck Master is going with Relic 10. Alright, I see you. Whenever an enemy attacks at his turn, reduce the cooldown of that was its name by 1. 2 if the enemy was Jedi. That's gonna be the move where he takes out the X-23 actress, right? I don't remember the name. Jackie. Okay, attack on a turn, reduce the cooldown. So immediately, like, we're not really talking about Ray when we talk about that, but let's see where we're going. That's more like JMK Hondo type territory. The start of battle, if there are no Galactic Legend allies and the stranger has exactly 1 the Starkiller check. All allies gain the Acolyte tag, and the following effects are active. Is this just going to be like a Juhani type beat? Whenever an ally attacks out of turn, reduce the cooldown on an Acolyte kills the dream by 1. Okay, so that's the other special, I assume. Okay, so we got 2 sources of cooldown reduction already on both abilities. Whenever an ally has a buff dispelled, the enemy that dispelled it can't recover health or protection for 1 turn. That's just a rule. That's not healing immunity. That is in direct conversation with characters like Malikos, who try to be like, yeah, fuck you for even trying, bud. That is a rule set change. Wild. Start of each turn, allies have 100% critical chance while they have protection, otherwise they have 100% defense. 100% crit chance while they have protection isn't really enough to be like, okay, we're shutting down Enoch, but I don't know if it like tries to push Starkiller within range to be able to mod for it and crown for it. Is this pushing Starkiller on defense? Alright, we got the 100% defense when they're at health, otherwise they have protection with crit chance. Whenever Darkside ally is inflicted with a debuff, Stranger and Lightside allies gain reactive turn meter capped at once per turn, but still some reactivity. Whenever Lightside allies critically hit, Darkside allies gain 10% turn meter once per turn. I mean, classically, we associate the squad with Jedi tanks. So that does make sense. Whatever an ally assists, dispel all debuffs on the ally they are assisting. So assumedly Starkiller will be assisting Qimir. Qimir will get a constant cleanse source from Starkiller getting to play the video game. Okay. Whenever an ally counterattacks, inflict the target enemy with defense down for one turn once per turn. CG's been very focused on defense down lately. You can't stop what's coming, CG. Just let it happen. We both know that number is way too goddamn high. That defense is way too good. Just let it happen. Just accept it. Embrace it. While on Grand Arenas, whenever an Acolyte ally counterattacks, inflict the target enemy with armor shred for the rest of the encounter instead once per turn. Okay, they're getting more persuasive. Whenever an enemy is fractured, all enemies lose 100% turn meter, which can't be resisted. Whenever an enemy is fractured, all enemies lose 100% TM unresistible. Alright. Whenever an Acolyte ally takes damage from an enemy on consecutive turns. It's kind of anti-CX2 flavor. I don't know if CX2 AI is like hard-coded to repeat. Whenever an Acolyte ally takes damage from an enemy on consecutive turns, they gain a bonus turn. I have to think on, like, CX2, we think of that just because he has the rule for, like, when to do it, but there will be more matchups where that happens. Also, will this just apply to the Jedi tank? From an enemy on consecutive turns. So I don't think it's like, you know, attacker 1 damages your tank, attacker 2 damages your tank bonus. I think it has to be same person. Whenever this bonus turn occurs, that ally can't gain a bonus turn, another bonus turn this way until taking damage from an enemy on consecutive turns again? We're in like Gungan rule shit. What does that mean? I'm not sure. I think it's saying like Does it have to be a different enemy? But it doesn't never says anything about different enemy. I think it's just saying, okay, let's say CX2 hits you 4 times. 1 to 2, bonus turn. 2 to 3, not a bonus turn. 3 to 4, bonus turn. That's my best guess. Trying to read from the spirit of game design. Enemies deal 35% less damage when attacking an acolyte from an assist. Okay. In 3v3, if the team includes 2 Darkside Ufu users, this will fulfill the conditions for the Acolyte tag. Okay. Qimir Malico Starkiller, is that just canon? Okay. Interesting. So tankless behavior, unless we get a Darkside Ufu tank, you could also technically go crew, but that's not, like maybe not crazy synergy. That is a lead. That is a Starkiller-esque lead. Unique 1, you might call me Sith. Stranger has 35% offense. First time each enemy damages a stranger, he gains 100%. Has flavors of SM33 already. Crucially though, SM33 is just like the first time anyone procs it is just a one and done. This is like allow me to introduce myself to like everybody. That's fucking crazy. Whenever the stranger uses an ability, he deals bonus true damage to target enemy equal to 10% of his max health if he has taken a turn before his enemies. So we don't know how fast he's going to be, but at minimum, you imagine he's probably going before the tank line. So this is kind of like a tank buster clause at minimum, and any extra value you can cheat on top, like obviously Starkiller gives you plus 70, right? Okay. Bonus damage value is reset on each enemy whenever they start their turn. I'm not 100% sure what that means. So is it checking per set of turns? I'm not sure. Dev Insight saying new to Sifu's coming. Alright, we'll get there. I kind of want to keep moving. I'll have to stew on what that means exactly, but whenever the stranger uses a special ability, he calls himself to assist Malikosi. Obviously, this like matters for Starkiller. And gains Cortosis armor, which can't be copied for 1 turn or until he is damaged by an enemy ability, which can't be copied. While the stranger has Cortosis armor, he is immune to TMR. While in GAC, whenever an enemy attacks a stranger from an assist, the stranger gains a bonus turn. That is not what first time. That's just on. Pause. Is Cortosis dispellable? If it is, it can't be copied, it can be dispelled. So like a non-damaging dispel, I guess, is like your counterplay. Whenever enemy attacks a stranger from an assist, the stranger gains a bonus turn. At the start of the encounter, the stranger can't have his speed reduced below his base speed for the rest of battle. Reduced below his base speed? I mean, it's flavors of JKL. First time the stranger is reduced to 25% health, he equalizes his health and protection with the strongest enemy. Whenever the stranger uses an ability, he deals bonus true damage to target enemy equal to 10% of his max health. For each turn he has taken before his enemy stack. What? For each turn he has taken before his enemy is stacking, which can't be evaded, this bonus damage value is reset on each enemy whenever they start their turn. So this is kind of linking to this, right? So this character is a very speed and health oriented, I assume. Cortosis armor, here we go. This character is damaged by an enemy while they have this effect. The enemy who damaged them loses all of their protection and 25% speed for 1 turn. Does not smack with speed down. That's fair. Oh, those might be blue. That's very true. So he just zaps you. Boom, done. So sorry for your loss. Goddamn. Alright, what the fuck are his buttons? Note the first part of the GIF is the special 2 animation. Oh, is his basic the triple poke? No? I'm confused. Okay, I saw the triple poke either way. Alright, cooldown at 5. Remember, he has like crazy cooldown reduction. Cooldown at 5 as well. I feel this all. Give me some. Alright. Deal physical damage to target enemy, and the stranger gains retribution for 1 turn, which can't be dispelled or prevented. Stun the target enemy for 1 turn, and if all allies are acolytes, stun the weakest enemy for 1 turn. So you are incentivized to be sure that you're not wasting it, which can't be evaded or resisted. Gain 50% defense pen the first time this ability is used, and 5% defense pen each subsequent use for the rest of battle. Bit of battering ram to go with the true damage. This attack ignores protection. All their acolyte allies gain 10% turn meter. If this ability is used a 3rd time against the same opponent this encounter, then instantly defeat the target enemy once per battle, which can't be evaded. If this ability instantly defeats an enemy, all enemies are demoralized for 2 turns, which can't be copied, dispelled, evaded, or resisted. Is that the mace? The mace payoff for killing the lead, I want to say. Search is coming up empty. Oh, it's Gideon? Oh, shit. Oh, Christ. Alright, yeah. Why not? We're giving Starkiller Gideon unique. Yeah, fuck you. An Acolyte kills the dream. Cooldown of 5. Deal physical damage to target enemy, and the stranger gains perfect defense for 1 turn. That's the General Syndulla / Ahsoka buff. Like defense up plus tenacity up combined, but better. Which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented. Call all Darkside Ufu allies to assist. Gain 50% max health the first time this ability is used, and 5% max health on each subsequent use, stacking for the rest of battle. Inflict all enemies with tenacity down for 2 turns, and all enemies with less than full health are exposed for 1 turn. If there's only 1 enemy remaining, the Sufu acolytes instantly defeat target enemy on assist once per battle, which can't be evaded. Alright. Would a GL reduce that to massive damage? Yeah, this is a fuck you bin. This is defense coded. This is so fucking defense coded. Is Bane immune to instant defeat though? I feel like he is. That man is immune to everything. Defeat. It appears he is not. Yeah, fair enough. Alright. And even if Bane increases your cooldowns, you still basic, which calls Starkiller to assist, which fucking good luck, buddy. Alright, Mullen Grand Arena is that if all eyes are acolyte, if all enemies have fallen below 100% health at least once this encounter, Stranger Gaze is massively overpowered for 1 turn. Is that the Conquest Disc for deal massive damage? Gain massively overpowered for 1 turn, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented if this ability defeats an enemy. Revive all Acolyte allies, then all Acolyte allies recover full health and protection. Visas who? Deal physical damage to target enemy and dispel all debuffs on the stranger. So he got 2 cleanse sources then, because he's cleansing all debuffs on himself, but then Starkiller Assist do to him as well, I guess. That also means he's a little bit self-sustainable. During his turn, gain 50 speed the first time this ability is used, and 1 speed plus 1 per relic amplifier level, max 10 each subsequent use. $50 speed the first time he uses a basic on his turn, 1 speed, wait. Oh, 11 speed on subsequent use. Stacking at max 50 triggers? So does that mean if you have an R9 Qimir, you get 5 extra basics for a total of 100 speed, sounds like? And alert for 1 turn, which can't be copied. That's the Night Trooper / Silvo assist buff. The stranger has 250 speed more than the target enemy? Instantly defeat the target enemy once per battle, which can't be evaded. Is he? I mean, again, this is... I'm going to assume that he isn't as fast as a Galactic Legend. So I'm going to assume that this is more so aiming to bully the recent spat of tanks that are very content to be speedless. We're talking Temple Guard, we are talking Quiggled, we are talking Vayne. Although Vayne, I believe, is immune to the defeat, right? So he says, fuck you. But the rest seems to be true. Alright, man. So he strips your protection. Alright, we, like, okay. Or I just need to, like, go back to some beats and, like, whatever an ally has a buff dispelled, that enemy that dispelled it can't recover health or protection for 1 turn. That is just true. It only lasts 1 turn, but it's repeatable. He zaps your protection. I don't think he really, like, he has so many concerns about speed, but I don't think his kit alone really pushes you faster, right? We're getting 70 from Starkiller out of box. The stranger has potential for significant speed in turns. So we're like, obviously, I mean, depending on the cooldown reduction though, right? Like the AI might never even do this, depending on how fast you're cycling cooldowns. Whenever an enemy attacks out of turn, reduce the cooldown of was that his name by 1. So depending on, like, if we're posting this on defense and enemy team drafts, we might not see this at all. So that's fair enough. Whenever an ally attacks out of turn, reduce the cooldown of an acolyte kills a dream by 1. He self-assists. I assume we would do this first, so you would do this. Self-assist doesn't count for cooldown reduction. You would do this. Self-assist would count once. So he's probably on basic unless it's a assisting enemy team. Okay. Do we need to use Starkiller? Maul is possibly considerable. Asajj, I kind of doubted. Silvo is certainly not. GI, not really. Mara-ish, but, like, only just. See, if we take Malicos, we are trading Seer for Qimir, which is, I don't know if it's a net zero trade, but it is not purely additive. I think we see the new Dusufu kit before we get him. I have no idea. Dusufu could be one of the witches. I mean, it could also be Baron from Jedi Survivor. That's like the one Dusufu I could think of that I'm holding out for. It's Mayoja almost certainly. Maybe, I guess, like, what would you like, just make it a dual character in one would be like maybe a unique idea. I guess we technically got the Great Brothers already, but they're not really like a dual character. They're just a unique model. All Dusufu acolytes to assists. I mean, we're almost kind of in like a maze space here, where if we could apply provoke, certainly that would be a point of interest as well. Whatever that Dusufu is coming, I sure fucking bet we see provoke on. Where was I about to go? Probably just provoke. It's probably just on the lead, right? The enemy leader is a Jedi. Whenever a non-Jedi enemy gains bonus turn meter, they also gain provokes. That's adorable back pocket. I don't know if we're going to be doing that. I'm telling you, man, I can feel it coming. Within 3 months, we will have a Dark Side Upu that applies provoked. I will be shocked if that is not true. Right? This is the exact same flavor that they were setting up with Maze and Halo. All right. Well, I guess like all that's really left is questions like, well, how much base damage does he do? Obviously, we got the true damage on top. It scales with his max health rather than offense. So, like, is this more of like a Malagacy situation, or is he damage dealer to boot? Obviously, he's an attacker, so that shows his mastery in a certain direction. But I mean, Circle doesn't really push mastery. This team doesn't really push mastery either. So you're just kind of the base kit math at the end of the day is kind of the main thing. And also, now that I come to think about it, we don't really see any damage steroids here. Oh, provoke has to be coming. Whatever light side ally is critically hit, dark side ally is getting 10% turn meter. You can imagine building a feedback loop. Okay, they have provoke. They're all counterattacking us. Like, secretly, I mean, it's not secret. They literally said this. Provoking Grievous is actually kind of crazy, but it's hamstrung by the fact that Grievous blocks it. But if you could, like, pretty consistently have, like, Grievous without target lock, and it's just provoke is out, B2 is repeatedly attacking, and, like, AoEing, and, like, they counterattack you back, you do them, because provoke does damage. Provoke is, like, exposed damage, right? Yeah, take damage equals 20% of the max health. Like, what, so every time B2 activates, suddenly he's just rolling out AoE percentile true damage? Like, yeah. And you can imagine a feedback loop like that happening here. pretty fucking quickly. And even if it never comes, at the very least, we have this back pocket shit of like, oh, you. Okay, what is this? If the enemy leader is a Jedi, whatever a non-Jedi NA gains bonus turn meter. So who would this hit? I mean, it can't be JMK because they can't gain Terminator. I mean, it's not Queen Amidala. That's the opposite. Maze only works with himself. Jaime only works with Jedi. Yeah, maybe the fifth brother thing doesn't hit that many. Either way. We'll have to see. Creature proofing? It could be. It's just it is such an alley-oop. It is a crazy. I mean, it could be a Datacron alley-oop as well, I guess. But oh, gas. Right. When the Inquisitors came out, they were all trying to target like a specific team individually, and so yeah, that was gas oriented. Which I mean, gas does have off meta considerations from time to time, but I don't know if you would have it against Starkiller to begin with. I mean, Qimir literally applies Cortez Summer on himself, and then gas takes a seat immediately. That sounds not good. I don't think you want that to happen to you. Defense is a suggested team. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really give a fuck about what's suggested. I care about what the kit says and what my brain tells me what it says. Bring in the appropriate team comp to fully unlock his power. Utilize active abilities to increase his stats. Oh, that's right. We didn't even see Fracture yet. I mean, okay. Fracture plus Provoke. I didn't even think about that. That was the benefits of the Omicron on an Act Like Kills a Dream trigger. Each enemy at the start of battle, not including summons that enter during the battle, must have fallen below full health at least once. This is the answering to a question I didn't even have. Okay, what the fuck is they talking about? Oh, I skipped over that conditional. Okay. Okay, so it doesn't count summons. Okay. When the stranger completes his turn, if the enemy has not taken their turn, so is this just checking for if he laps them? So he takes a turn if you don't go before he goes again. The Omicron mode, the turns can stack, but are not new instances of damage. Okay. Interesting. So he's just trying to outpace you. He's trying to outpace you and use the reactive. Again. Provoke is going to be absolutely disgusting if it gets printed. Dude. Never since Echo Basic, looking for crit damage up has it just been like, alright, it's coming at some point, right? Come on. Surely. I mean, the funny thing too is, like, wait, is this incomplete? Because Mace does provoke. The archives are incomplete? Well, shit. I was gonna say, but it's associated with investigation, so we can't naturally. Yeah. That's why Deppa has to go first and then Mace assists and then applies provokes to the person that Deppa hit. I didn't even realize that it was that. I thought the man just did provoke for hitting somebody. I was gonna say we could AoE provoke with this shit, but nope. And also, yeah, that's why Deppa provoke is just incredibly core for that squad. There's a reason that Qimir checks only for assists and not counters. A valid point. But will the game see it that way? It seems like maybe, but we'll see. Alio, thank you for the raid. Welcome, everyone. We got quite the dude here. The sleeves off. Oh, it looks like I guess the helmet is on. The helmet stays on during battle. One of our future characters, CG will release to take care of Qimir. I mean, what does he really need? The only thing, if we take the kit as it's written, knowing that something else is coming, Starkiller may flip slower at the moment, technically. Now, it's built on the back of the assumption that, like, well, you don't really care about the flip coming as fast because you just have a more competent team structure to build around. But you're saying, like, okay, well, what future lifters can CG print? The light side Ufu space is still, like, to this day, kind of bleak. Like, yeah, I'm talking about if you ignore the build-arounds, right? Commander Tano, of course. Maz Kanata, of course. Fulcrum, Seer, of course. Two peas in a pod. Valkestis, yes. Ben Solo, you're already starting to lose to me. Padawan Sabine, yeah, but she's got her squad. You get past that, it's like Gavray, JTR, and Visas is like the light side Ufus that Starkiller has to choose from normally. That is fucking rough, to put it nicely. It's not good. Some would even say it's well. Okay, sorry, I didn't mention CLS. I mean, CLS I don't necessarily hate, but isn't he like? Yeah, dude. Oh man, CLS and Starkiller would be way more dynamic if this was 10% turn meter whenever another ally takes damage, right? Like imagine. Oh fuck that. Well, wait. Pause. That would actually technically ping pong off of old Ben. Because I was gonna say, well, look at old Ben. He's got his passive, and I'm pretty sure that passive. Well, no, Ben. I'm wrong, aren't I? I'm wrong, but this is dovetailing. Ben only looks for Jedi and Rebel, doesn't he? Yeah. But that being said, CLS old Ben would actually be a unique and decently reactive package for Starkiller on defense. That's not bad. In fact, I'm gonna go so far as to say that sounds like some real shit. Gonna peek at 4 lump? Yeah, we will. But before I forget this, I mean, the worst thing I could say here is Starkiller tends to give the Jedi tank damage immunity, so you're not actually gaining as much reactive time as you might necessarily always hope. But even still, these two characters together kind of just provide more. I mean, historically, I've always run Mace, and I run Mace because he offers a single dispel and a single assist call, right? Mace, call Mara, call Palpatine, call Starkiller is just like a cute thing to do, but that's not like actively that good. I mean, like this passive is just dope. This passive has always been nice. Fucking sorry, I'm losing my shit. Acolyte. Everyone gets called to assist, right? Or not always, everyone always, but often a lot of people frequently. Allies against the Acolyte tag, yes. Whatever an Acolyte counterattacks inflict a target me with Armor Shred. Your Honor, I point to. Now, it's not a 100% counter chance, right? Isn't it like he has X amount on his lead? 50% counter chance here and the 50% here. So you have a 50% chance to counter, but that still exists. Whenever an Acolyte ally takes damage for enemy on consecutive turns, that's what. Whenever an ally attacks at a turn, reduces the goal, Acolyte kills the dream by 1. Luke helps contribute to that. Wasn't there more ways to call Acolyte allies to assist? This only calls Dusufu. Am I crazy? Because I was going to point out, like, we're actually kind of talking in the trades of it binds all things value. Because the worldwide TM gain is not factionalized. I'm not seeing it. I wasn't really looking for light side Acolyte shit the first time around. So Luke counterattacks give us a slight amount of value, but not necessarily like we're not building a Terminator train. It looks like. I'm telling you, dude, this phrase only kicks into gear if that other release has AoE provoke. I guess it doesn't technically have to be an AoE, but we would really prefer it to be. Okay, who the fuck else has provoke? Because he missed it here. Reveal yourself. Galaxy of Heroes provoked. See, this is the same, so maybe it's just strong enough database that's missing it. I mean, within reason. Yeah, I don't think we're getting access. I don't think it's on anyone we're not thinking of. It is what it is. Yeah, Step was already on the page, like Step, Phalanx, a couple others. Not draftable. Either way, though. Like, the idea of or a possibility, I view CLS as, like, very similar to JTR. JTR has the more plug-and-play flexibility, but the whole Hooper idea being take a shitload of turns, constantly try to disrupt you, just be annoying. We can take a look at Forlum in a second. I know the answer is usually no. Yeah, I mean, it's still no. Asked and answered. Cal, certainly a candidate. All right. Goddamn, they're low on the list now. Except for Steelos, who's apparently still at the top. Just kidding. Come here, equalize those exposed gels. Oh, I know. That's literally just like a kill trigger. That's that no, I'm taking him now business. I mean, you got your generics here. I could have sworn you could double tap it to accept. I guess we got the meta slave fucks. Shove them in the pile. Ufu's already. We already ran out, sir. Sure. No, that's not even rebellion. You. Honorary. I do have respect for Jade's here. Stick? Absolutely not. The crown will be gone by then. Mulji's here? That's true, actually. That should be how it is. Well, but this is we know what Dasufu's coming, and we know within reasonable reason that they're probably gonna go together. So Mul JTR is cute currently, but its days are numbered. Like, yeah. I mean, the off chance that they don't ship, like, I guess it could be Malicos. I still just feel like a little bit weird about it. Yeah, like CLS I have zero issue drafting here. And like this just sounds decently pretty fun. Like this shit we could just try this well not this week. Like next 5v5 season or something. I'll go get dice because hammer sit. But fucking good point. Yeah, I apologize. For every 3 it doesn't though. Well, no, it still dies. That's what it has to be, sir. I mean, Qimir bringing this Seth means that whoever Qimir gets will also have to keep eyes out for Seer usability for Seer Malicos, I guess. I guess anti-revive is relevant. Yes and no. It sort of depends. While in Grand Arenas, whenever an enemy attacks a stranger from an assist, the stranger gains a bonus turn. This is anti-Night Sister propaganda if I've ever seen it. This is that, alright, you've got your infinite, I've got my infinite. But alas, you weren't actually built for this life. The first time the stranger is reduced to 25% health. So would that count if he's defeated, though? Is this like a... if you would be reduced to 0 equalize instead, or is this just... yeah, hopefully you get knocked below 25% without dying? In 3v3 GAC, if the team includes 2 Disuhu users, this will fulfill the conditions for the Acolyte tag. That might still be scrappy. Like, obviously, it's assumed to be for the release plus Star Killer plus the other release. But yeah, I guess that's the big question is, to what degree is the Star Killer bound? I don't think it is, like, ride or die for Star Killer. It's just good for him. Yeah, we'll have to see, man. As a JTR, preloads JTR a little bit. That's true. All right. Shall we do Forlum? Get rid of a Forlum. Dark support leader, bounty hunter, droid, scoundrel. New effect, corrupted translation, stacks up to 3 times and enables powerful lockdown effects. Plus a variety of other debuffs as well with his abilities. Synergizes with assist heavy dark side bounty hunters, especially Zuckuss. I mean, we're talking Bosk and who? I don't think most dark side bounty hunters are doing that. OG Mando, Grief, our light side. No, 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 no. Oh, Tinker technically is, but it's like such scarce odds, like kind of who gives a shit. And I think he has to have contract as well. Oh, 60% chance to call an eye to assist if their target are suffering from debuffs. Yeah, maybe. Good luck. Nope, 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 nope. So yeah, basically the new release of Bosk. Leader. Final text, bounty hunter allies have 50% potency and tenacity. Whenever bounty hunter ally inflicts a debuff, they recover 5% health. Flavors of Tatooine. Whenever an enemy critically hits a bounty hunter, only health though, crucially, not protection. Whenever an enemy critically hits a bounty hunter ally, you get 10% health and protection. Okay, we got a bit of Cal. I mean, that's a good effect. You do have to be worried about, you know, would-be attempts to prevent it. You got extra tenacity, but sometimes it's resistible, or unresistible, specifically. If there are no enemy galactic legends, whatever an enemy gains bonus terminator, bounty hunter allies gain 10% offensive potency and 5 speed, but it's capped. I mean, 80% offense certainly isn't bad, but it's not like an endless... It's not a Bad Batch 2 situation. I mean, some matchups you'll slam to this immediately, some matchups you won't even see it at all. Not terrible. And that is it. The contract is deal damage with an attack to enemies with corrupted translation 20 times. 20 is a number we've dealt with, but is not usually a preferred bounty hunter number. Like, Dabud goes down to 10 Fennec you use because it is just press a cleanse button and you're good. Aura is push a button or have somebody use an ability 10 times. 20 is not an impossible task, but it's just... I mean, you're talking, like, Dadbot AoEs at that point, right? It's not... Unless you're just dealing damage an insane amount of times, right? That's what kind of why Fennec released with a 5-hit basic is to try to make this a little bit easier. I don't know if this is built with Fennec in mind. Must have corrupted translation before the start of the attack, of course. Standard. Reward, all bounty hunter allies have their payouts activated and all bounty hunter allies have their cooldowns reset at 50% potency until the end of battle. Dagger AoE too. I think it's on Dagger's AoE. Dagger AoE does not call assists that I ever recall. He has a chance to assist on his contract, but yeah, it's 60% chance for him to assist. And then 60% on that, 60% for him to call someone else to assist. Oh, multiple instances of damage. Yeah, but it's what, +3? Oh, is it only +2? Oh, it's up to 3 detonators, not +3. Yeah, so with 7 hits, it's like, sure, it's technically... But Dengar is just not a good unit, so it's not really best in slot offering. Dengar was only ever really used if you absolutely needed his 7 hits instead of 5 to, like, hit a very specific timing window. I'm not going to say he was never used, because he was used, but it was very rare. And we've gotten way better tools since then. Who do I think the Sufu is going to be since they mentioned Redacted? I think they did Chimera Conquest because they didn't want it in this period because they weren't going to do Acolyte. I mean, maybe that's wrong. But I imagine. But I would say, like, Jedi Survivor Marin stands out as, like, you know, she had a lot of different stuff going on than the current version of Marin that we have. I don't know if that character would technically be dark side at that point, though, or if she would be light side, or I don't know how. All bounty hunter allies have their cooldowns reset and gain 50% potency till the end of battle. Isn't that kind of just what Grief offers? But I guess maybe you're not expecting to run Grief? Like, a Mando Snipe isn't available, so it doesn't really matter if it's a reset. It's a contract that asks you to button mash, but then when you get it, you no longer need it, I guess. Override programming, Forlum has 30% potency on top of, what, 50% on lead? He's very potent. There are no Galactic Legends. Whenever another bounty hunter ally attacks at a turn, Forlum assists once per turn. So if you really want, you could hook in with Dengar. Once per turn, so this isn't like a boss mass into Gar saxing crazy assists territory. Whenever Forlum attacks an enemy with accuracy down, he reduces his cooldowns by 1. I guess it specifically does say attacks out of turn, so counterattacks count. We do have a decent amount of that. Whenever he attacks an enemy with accuracy down, it reduces his cooldowns by 1. Cooldown of 8 and 4, but you expect him maybe to be assisting often, depending? The start of battle is Zuckuss as an ally. All non-GL bounty hunter allies gain 30% bulk. Whenever an enemy with corrupted translation has their turn meter manipulated, Forlum gains 25% turn meter once per turn. An enemy with 3 stacks of corrupted translation ends their turn, gains 50% turn meter. So he certainly has a lot of action economy, potentially. Skipping the TB Omicron. Nothing like earth-shattering here so far. Final text, dispel all debuffs on bounty hunter allies and they recover 30% health and protection. Inflict all enemies with a stack of corrupted translation for 3 turns, which can't be copied, evaded, or resisted. 3 turn. It is dispellable. I don't know if it has the translation spreading rules the way C-3PO does, but I think that was on the unique and we didn't see anything like that. Crypto translation, 1 stack, receive true damage. Whenever they deal a critical hit, this damage can't defeat this character. This is like targeting Bad Batch is the first thing that comes to mind. It doesn't matter that it can't defeat the character because it's still a pain in the ass for Bad Batch. Because you reduce them to 1 health. And that triggers the captive. Yeah. Is what it seems to be. 2 stacks, whenever this character starts their turn, enemy team gains 10% turn meter. That is also targeting Crosshair. Right? Crosshair takes a shit ton of turns. Is this like meant to be like a Bad Batch 2 counter? But Bad Batch 2 has certain issues that kind of stop them from ever being defensively dominant, so they don't really need a counter squad that I'm aware of, unless people are... If some people are struggling out there, maybe this helps target them? So far, yeah, this is very like Bad Batch are on defense, and I need to beat them angled, which isn't really a use case that I think most people need, but it exists. Like, you would have that option. Hey, Loki. He's thinking. We'll see if he joins. Minus 30% max health. Galactic Legends of Ray bosses, minus 30% tenacity. Okay. Special 1, Relative Mercy, cooldown of 4. Dispel buffs and deal special damage to target enemy and shock them for 2 turns. Which can't be evaded. If target enemy was stunned, inflict vulnerable on enemies for 2 turns. Everything resistable obviously has Jack potency, but that still doesn't guarantee. Enemies with 3 stacks of corrupted translation are inflicted with ability block for 1 turn, which can't be resisted. Call other non-GL Dark Side Bounty Hunter allies to assist. If they were support, they assist again. If they were support, they assist again. We're talking Cad Bane. We are talking Dengar. I don't remember if he is. Isn't he attacker? Yeah. Why did I expect it to be down here? Am I crazy? It's Cad Bane and who? Zam is an attacker. I think it was literally just Cad Bane, right? Yeah, pretty much. Well, Jabba, but fucking, yeah, good luck. So Cad Bane does it twice. I mean, it gives Cad Bane Terminator. It's like not the worst thing to be doing. Deal special damage to target enemy 4 times and inflict them with defense down for 1 turn during 4-Lim's turn. Darkside Bounty allies, attacker allies stealth for 2 turns. See, that's technically pro Bad Batch. You would not, if you are trying to be Bad Batch on defense, you would not want to narrow down their targets because you would want to increase the odds of them throwing away stacks. I don't think it's the craziest kit in a vacuum. We'll have to see what the other kit does to get the potentially full picture. Yeah, like, this just feels very oriented towards Bad Batch. This stack 1 and stack 2 just scream Bad Batch. I skip payout? I did. Payout, Forlin gains 100% potency until the end of battle. When Forlin uses Translation Destroy, he inflicts an additional 2 stacks of Corrupted Translation for 3 turns. Okay. So start a battle, you do AoE Corrupted Translation, unresistible. You try to rush contracts. I don't think everyone gets bonuses or anything, right? But your cooldowns are reset. Next time you go, you inflict 3 stack. So you start with this, and you build to this. But to be honest, like, one is kind of the big one, and then 2 is solid to have. I mean, Bad Batch has a decent amount of cleansing. I guess, like, Fast Wrecker would maybe be in conversation with this. Like, you would want Wrecker to go next in AoE shortly after this is applied to get it off of everyone. Yeah, Bad Batch 2 is just the main squad that I imagine this interacting with. Maybe I'm televisioning too much. But yeah, I don't think this will be nuts yet. This doesn't really scream effort to me at all. Okay, let's have that conversation again. Revive and refresh. I mean, you could technically try something like Stat Provoke plus 4-Lum for... We're very, very slotted efficient. But, like, it would kind of build you a true damage blunder. It doesn't say limited to once per turn. But it's not team-wide either. It's single target. So it's not like you would do an AoE into a provoke and deal 5 instances damage, but just everyone takes damage once. That's not nuts. Yeah, this doesn't really blow me away, but I like to see the bigger picture they have in mind. I thought maybe this would be like a bounty hunter update to try to target like Lord Vader or something. But yeah, I don't know if I necessarily think that's true at this point. All right. Well, those are the 2 kits. I'm very curious to see what everyone's reaction to Qimir is. So the dude is trying to aggressively lab. Was that its name? He wants to cycle. Which comes from this. Whenever he attacks out of turn, reduce the cooldown. Was that its name by 1 to the enemy was a Jedi. There are certain squads where this dude might just solo. Mothma Luthen, he just solos. Mothma Luthen, I don't really see. Saw Luthen, it would depend on, because you would have to be able to, well, God, there's so many moving parts. The expendable person normally has provoke. He has a very small health pool, and we would potentially Cortosis sap as protection pool. But it's not like the decoy A comes back a lot, and unless it counts future decoys as the same person for triple cast purposes, you're never looking to build to instant defeat on him. The thing I wonder is it once per battle per enemy? It doesn't say that, so I assume it's not. I assume this is CX2, but you perish at the end. I mean, CX2 could technically do whatever. I'm saying CX2 for the first time. Yeah, I'll be very curious to see what his kit math is tomorrow. Questions about how fast is he? How much damage does he do? Again, he doesn't actually have that many damage steroids. Like 35% offense is whatever, depending on his base pool. Oh, I just realized Cortosis armor is trying to shoot for insta-kill synergy. Alright, Cortosis armor reduces their speed by 25%, and then Beast is a lie. I mean, even if you're at 100 speed on basic, though, that seems... Max 50 triggers. 50 have we even seen trigger setting kits before? It doesn't say max 50 speed. It says max 50 triggers. Yeah, it's just kind of correct. It is technically kind of just GK. It is what it is. Not that GK is like a pillar of modern kits, but he does technically tick the boxes you said. God, there's so many questions. Is there a Q&A form? I don't see it. If we get 605 speed, that's what I'm fucking wondering, man. That looks like 50 times 10. It would make the number 250 make a lot more sense. What the hell? Argent is near, I sense it. Boy, there was some way we could know whether Argent was coming. That's true. That's crazy. I I might unironically buy that copium. He literally might just go plus 500. That's not restricted to a turn. I think it is. This is during your turn. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is per turn. Lose all the protection that includes bonus or no? It should. It might not include protection up though, because that's a buff. Sergi, what are your 29 speed mods on that we have all have? I think I've got the wrong person in mind. My speed cap is ass. If I need a character fast, I'm like half 27s, half 28s. I have like one or two 29s. And none of them are speed set. It is what it is. Proceeds to bow down to Kathleen Kennedy. That's true, actually. She kicked the door into CG's office. I like how Forlom looks relatively weak and Qimir is like sauce to hell, and he's just like, finally we got what we wanted. A dubiously usable Forlom. His fucking character Qimir. Who asked for a character that could one-shot 3 people and gain 500 speed? Unforgivable. Alright. It's hot as shit, but I am going to do a little bit of 2xko before it melts. Forlom is literally just Grief but Dark Side. Grief Karga is a better unit than Forlom currently. I regret to inform. I'm going to assume my MMR is probably not great right now. I jumped for no reason. He missed for no reason. Fucking too far. Oh, I don't have meter because I'm level 3, so I can't parry. True. See, I don't know why my limit breaks are out there sometimes. I just stopped low blocking. I'm late with all my buttons today for some reason. What did you miss? 2 new kits. Okay, I am very bad at decision making close range lately. Bro, start, but we took the set. Well, what's like for you? It's 11 to start, but they're doing like Marvel Rivals constant new characters. Nah, I fucking should not be dropping that timing. I just need to fight Braum more. I keep on dropping low block right as he's about to. Oh, he starts low. Oh, it worked out. We are out of meter. What's my plans for Maz? Maz Quiggled Kicks, I imagine, is standard. Right now I'm running Pirate King Hondo with OG Hondo and Silvo. Maz, depending on how things flow, I'm perfectly happy with how Pirate King Hondo is performing right now. But if things ever get too cheap on his cost to that point, maybe it would be worth considering OG Hondo to Maz just for like a little bit extra disruption. Nice grand grab. I thought I was gonna do the crossover. Ah, early. See, but I keep on thinking that I can like AoE through the shields. That's just not the case. That's what I was waiting for. That makes sense. Nope. That okay, it's even squishy as fuck, so I should be surprised if that killed, but it still surprises me. Oh, he's just trying to time me out. That's what he's doing. We barely beat the clock. That's crazy. They're just mad, I guess. Fuck me, that was awesome. Nope. This is way harder doing a fight stick. I know what to work on. I don't know if double down is that good here. Man, the fact that I committed to the animation and he recovered before I finished. I didn't expect him to actually get hit by that. Right now my RA combo's not doing like any high-low shit. That's a problem. Ah, she beat me. I'm like a split second late on when I want to try to get close. Wrong side, apparently. That was not safe. Ah, it's not my back. I feel like they were pushing for the level 3, so I was trying to play around it, but I should have gone for a throw instead. I was trying to bait the level 3. That actually picked up. Oh, I tried to level 3. Man, the falling in the air just has insane recovery. It's just gonna be blown up. I don't know if I actually enjoy Teemo. Ah, I pressed jump, but I didn't need to. I had the block held. I'm just not getting much mileage out of this emo. I just don't have any good overhead pressure right now. I feel like the Ari one is so telegraphed though. Like I don't know if that actually helped. Nope. Ah, that move was so long. There was one escape. Oh, that was almost sick. Like I basically got the kill, I just didn't actually follow up. Nope. Warwick I definitely enjoy. Echo I'm just bad at, so I would probably enjoy playing Echo if I could play Echo. I just can't play Echo, so we don't worry about these things. Why is everything shaking? I'm just not using that move. Like on Warwick, it feels natural because it's a faster overhead. Oh, that went right under him. I need to start using the parachute, man. I don't even know what button that's on. It would bail me out of spots like that. I needed to do the charge one, I think. I was hoping she would fall into it. I need to just darts from a little bit further away. Oh my god. That was not good. I'm dead. I guess the mushroom kind of guarded. I'm not trying to like time them out. I just don't know what the fuck I'm doing, so I suck at this. I'll switch to Warwick. Okay, my turn is just